Bidding adieu to textbooks. Byron High School in Byron, Minnesota, a small town just outside of Rochester, Minnesota. Its math department in fall of 2010 implemented a textbook-free curriculum. It all started out with our former superintendent, Dr. Wendy Shannon, who developed a culture of innovation. The goal of innovation is to make someone or something better, as in to make an improvement. Sometimes this innovation involves technology, sometimes it does not. But this culture of innovation grew out of the continuous improvement model, where we are always trying to change and improve what we are doing. In the fall of 2009, we had the perfect mathematical storm. During the 2009-2010 school year, the math department was in the process of preparing to adopt new textbooks in the summer of 2010. However, we had old textbooks that were no longer meeting our standards or our student needs and were falling apart. And in the late fall, early winter 2009, our superintendent informed us that there was no money to purchase new textbooks. Plus, we had the idea of wanting to continuously improve our test scores. We also knew from what we had heard, and plus from our own research, that even if we did buy a brand new textbook, that we would only use 70% of what was in the book. So 30% of what we would pay for all these textbooks would not be used. So we decided to harness the internet. We had smartboards and had been using them for many years. So we started recording our videos with our smartboards and placing them on YouTube. We also had our own Moodle server. There are free resources like CK12 and inexpensive but powerful programs like the CUDA software. We also had the perfect team. We had the perfect team in our math department. We had support of the administration and the community, and many of our students had access to digital content. So how did we do it? First of all, it all started with buy-in from our department. Everybody in our department was interested in this idea. Our technology person decided to put our own in-house Moodle server online. She trained us in how to use Moodle, and there were free and open resources. The biggest thing for us was time to create our own curriculum. However, we did know that if we did purchase a curriculum, we'd still have to redo all of our tests, all of our quizzes. We'd have to figure out which homework problems to use, update our solutions manual, redo our smartboard notes, redo our guided notes. So we knew even if we did buy a textbook, it was a lot of time. The only thing is, we would just have to create or spend a little bit more time to create our own homework, and we could still accomplish the same task. What resulted from all of our work was a living, breathing curriculum, which we can easily adjust and modify. At this point, we are on our second and third iteration of our curriculum. This last summer, we did a fairly major redo of our curriculum, modifying it and adjusting it, because a lot of times the first time you do things and create things, you realize after you've implemented it, there's more time or things you can change and adjust. Now, one comment I wanted to make here on this time. We did go ahead and, as a math department, choose to go and do this ourselves. We met every Friday for a half a day throughout the whole summer, just going to check on each other to see how we were doing, even though we did most of the work from our homes during the week, and would just touch base with each other and problem solve on Fridays. Our curriculum that we developed fits perfectly with our Minnesota state standards. We use the power of Moodle. We put our essential learner outcomes on Moodle, and we recorded all of our videos. We figured our students aren't going to have a textbook to refer to, and our parents are going to need something to refer to. So we recorded all of our lessons on our new curriculum and put those on Moodle, actually on YouTube, and just use the embed link to be able to put them on our Moodle. So what do our videos look like? Well, I'm the most obsessive compulsive person in the department. I did not want my messy handwriting out on the internet, so I had all my notes typed and just uncovered the notes as I talked through it. And that works well for upper level students. For regular and lower level students, our students need to see you actually write out the material because that helps them process and better understand what's going on. We also went ahead and created our own homework with our own homework solutions. And we had links to extra resources like GeoGebra or other videos that would explain the material that we were talking about. As a result, learning is occurring 24/7. Used to be that learning was occurring during the school day, but there's lots of students online in the evenings, early mornings, even middle of the night, and, and even on the weekend. We did not know this going into it, but the vast majority of our students have access to high-speed internet. Videos and things don't download well on dial-up, so you can always get your students' material on a DVD or on a jump drive if they have access to a computer, but just not the internet. And those few students that do not have access to the internet, most of those students just go to a friend's house or come in early to the media center before school starts or stay after school. So what are the results of developing a textbook-free curriculum? Well, this is what the students say. And our students like our Moodle sites that we have for each course. Even though the course might be taught by multiple teachers, each course only has one Moodle site and the teachers share that. So what do the students use the Moodle site for? Watching and rewatching the videos, homework and their homework support, meaning looking at the solutions manual, reviewing for their tests and quizzes, and if they're gone from class, everything's still online, so they still have access to it and can access it from a spot where they are on vacation to at home, or even if they're out for a medical reason, they can access it in the hospital. Our students have found our videos very helpful in learning the material. And our students love the solutions manual. Yes, there are times you have to talk to the students about not getting dependent upon the solutions manual. But most students use the solutions manual as a tool to help them learn and understand the curriculum. So what are the results of having a textbook-free digital curriculum? Here we are comparing for one of our classes, the only class that we had data on before and afterwards, because it did not change a whole lot, but we did make it digital. In lecture, or not in lecture, both of these were lecture. We have the historical averages in blue, and then we have the averages in red, where the students had access to the videos and all the resources in the Moodle site. And you can see having access to that digital curriculum helped students improve. So what did it cost? Well, it really saved our school about $27,000. We did go ahead and from our superintendent get a $5,000 grant from our education foundation, which is not directly funded by the school or anything, to help pay for our 32 hours of official curriculum writing. And for our time during the summer. And we figured it saved us about, or we earned about $1 an hour during the summer. but we were committed to doing what was best for our students. I would say if your school has money to purchase textbooks, approach them and say, well, can we just get paid from that textbook fund to develop our own textbook-free curriculum? Because that way there'll be no replacement costs in the future, and the school will ultimately end up saving money. Keep in mind what we did here does not necessarily work well in certain other schools. Will it work well in some? Yes. Will it have to be adjusted and modified to meet that school's particular needs? Yes. In all of our work developing textbook-free curriculum and then implementing the flipped classroom allowed us to win Intel's School of Distinction Award in 2011 for high school mathematics.